So when he gets there in verse 6, he brought the letter to the king of Israel, which read, when this letter reaches you, know that I have sent to you my servant Naaman, that you may cure him of his leprosy. Now the girl that said was the king in Israel that could cure him. She said it was a prophet in Israel that could cure him. Sometimes we get the information of the student, we mess it up. Surely it's the king, it can't be the prophet. Surely we got to go to the king, and the king gets the prophet. I don't know what he said, that she said that it was a prophet. It was not a king. The king didn't have the gift of healing. He was king, but he didn't have the gift. And he had enough sense to realize he didn't have the gift, and he got all upset and said, who am I, God? Am I God that I can heal somebody? That's it. He just started to think of fighting. So whooped him one time, now he's trying to start to fight all up again. Because it's almost bad. There's a prophet that was in it. Heard that the king had to that he was upset. And he said, just tell him to come on out here. See, he went by the palace, but he got to go on out in the neighborhood to get some healing. He went by the stove where he thought it was at, but it wasn't there. You got to come on out here where the common folks hang out at. If you're going to get that, that God has for you. Because we all have gifts. And just because you're the king don't mean you got all the gifts. Just because you think you know everything don't mean you got all the gifts. My son-in-law said, just because you think you got all the sense don't mean you got all of them. You know, some of us say we got all the sense. God is just giving you gave to all. So say you got to come on out here. Send him out here. So, he wants to heal, and he packs his entourage up, and they go out. And when he get out there, Elijah sends his servant out to give him some information. And so he says that Mount Master says, go down to the Jordan, get the 7 times, you'll be all right. He said, sure, I thought that he would come out here. I done come up here, got my entourage, got my letter, the king done send me out here, and the prophet won't even come out. He sent his servant out to me, a great commander, to me, got money, got clothes, to me. So he's outraged. He's outraged, so he leaves, you know, and he on his way back, you know, very soon. He's going to come out into the Jordan. Our rivers will just better there, you know, I could have stayed home. And then, well, you know how to get a healing, why you didn't stay home? You already had the information, what you coming up to here for? You could have stayed home. So yes, a servant, his servant, with information. Said, Master, you prefer to be asking to do something complex or do something simple? What is it that you want? To go through a lot of rituals that you want to be here. You know what I'm saying? When Jesus was walking down in the pool of Bethesda, the man had been there for 30-some years, and he asked the man, do you want to be whole? The question is, do you want to be not how you want, but do you want to be whole? You see, that so the servant said, do you want to heal him or not? If it's simple, why not do it? And so, you know, he came to himself and realized he actually was foolish. You know he wanted to be whole, he wanted to be healed, and he wanted a certain way. So he goes on like he takes himself to business, and he comes up, here it comes. Yeah. You see, sometimes we get caught up on the message. You see, it's not the information of the message. You see, the slave girl says that there's a prophet in Israel that can heal. Now, if you get caught up on the fact that it was a slave we got to realize again, it doesn't care where it's located at, as long as there's information. I may need to leave the temple, I might need to leave the castle, the palace, and go out to the country and get some information. You talking about say, well, you know, I was out of that was the Holy Spirit. So I just stopped there. I went over there to the Baptist, you know. I've been holding this all my life. I'm a real Baptist. I went out there, they were Methodists. And I grew up Methodist. And I grew up Baptist. I was Methodist with the Methodists. And so I couldn't get that information for a non-denomination. And they the Episcopal, you know, they stay quiet with me. So I went on somewhere else. You got to go if there is information at the location, and the denomination doesn't have anything to do with information. Doesn't mean that it's good or bad. You got to check out the information. When we went out to the country, there was some good information, but he didn't want it because they didn't bring it to tradition. Because he know how you're supposed to get healed. You got to come out and call on your God, and you got to wave your hands on the spot. And if you don't do it that way, it ain't gonna happen.